Mystery Hunters.
We're looking for the truth behind doomed planes and cursed ships.
Are crashed fighter planes coming back from the grave to fly again? I take to the skies to find out. Dozens of people saw an old plane flying and heard it crash.
We searched about 50 or 60 square miles. We found nothing.
And I go out to sea to investigate a cursed ship that sank on a foggy night years ago. There she is, the Empress of Ireland. But is that curse still alive today?
Doubting Dave is going to show you how to conjure up your own killer fog anytime you want.
What the? Araya!
This is Mystery Hunters.
There's a sunken ship out there. It's called the Empress of Ireland. Some people say it's a ship with a deadly curse. I've come to Father's Point to investigate. The Empress was a huge ship, like the Titanic. But unlike the Titanic, why the Empress sank is still a spooky mystery. On the night of May 29th, 1914, the Empress was sailing past Father's Point off the eastern part of Canada. A mysterious fog began creeping towards the ship, and it completely covered the Empress. Exactly 14 minutes later, the Empress sank into the icy waters, and the mysterious fog vanished. Over 1,000 people went down with the ship that night. Laurie Thatcher conducts ghost tours in Quebec. She thinks a curse made the Empress sink. So what do you believe sank the Empress?
We believe that the Empress of Ireland was sank by the ghost of Dr. Crippen.
Who's Dr. Crippen?
Well, Dr. Crippen was a dentist from London, England in 1914 who'd murdered his wife, and he was chased over 2 continents.
Dr. Crippen was a well-known criminal on the run from the British police. Captain Kendall was the skipper of the Empress. He had read about the Crippen case in the newspapers. When he saw Crippen on his ship, he recognized him from the photograph he had seen. What Crippen didn't know was that the ship had a 2-way radio, a new invention at the time, and Captain Kendall radioed the police. When the boat got to Canada, Crippen was arrested.
And when he was arrested, he cursed Captain Kendall. He said, "You will pay for this treachery, sir."
You will pay for this treachery, sir.
Some people say that Crippen's curse is what caused the strange fog that suddenly appeared and sank the Empress. This is the spot where Crippen put that curse on Captain Kendall. 4 years later, when the Empress returned, this is where the mysterious fog appeared, and the ship sank. She sank right at this spot, and she's still down there today. Some say that Crippen's curse still brings death to those who approach her. I'm going down myself, and I'm gonna find out.
I'm in England visiting a graveyard. This is no ordinary graveyard. It's an airplane graveyard. These are the remains of a B-29 bomber, a World War II plane they called the Super Fortress. In the 1930s and 40s, more than 50 planes crashed here in the Peak District of England. More than 300 people lost their lives. Now people are reporting that they've seen those airplanes flying again. Could they be the ghosts of the planes that crashed here? The most famous sighting happened on March 24th, 1997. People in the area started calling the police to report seeing a low-flying aircraft. Then, they heard a huge explosion. The plane had crashed. There were so many calls reporting the crash that a mountain rescue team was called in to look for the wreck. Can you show me the reports you received?
Yeah, this was the first report we received from the police.
Mike Frant was the head of the search and rescue team. When the police phoned him, he put together a huge rescue operation. to look for the plane that everyone said they saw crashing. Can you take me to the place where you thought the plane crashed?
Yeah, sure.
Great. This is where people saw the plane go down. What were you looking for?
Well, the report had been that a low-flying aircraft had crashed up onto the moors. It came from behind you there over the top of those trees, and it went over the top and out to this side of you. The reason that we took it so seriously was that an off-duty police officer rang in to say that they'd seen a very low-flying aircraft, and the gamekeeper that lives across there reported a really loud explosion.
How many people called in about this plane?
Dozens, literally dozens of people. We searched about 50 or 60 square miles of open moorland, 141 mountain rescue personnel, the police helicopters, the military search and rescue helicopters. We found nothing.
The South Yorkshire Police still call this incident unexplained. Lights flying low in the sky. The sound of a massive explosion. But no one could find a wrecked plane. A plane that appears and then just disappears. Could that be a ghost plane? And there were even more sightings. I found someone who had an even weirder experience.
You see that plane? It's coming down. I saw this aircraft.
What did it sound like?
No, there was no sound.
If you think seeing a ghost plane racing across the sky is freaky, how about a spirit dog racing around your house? Curious? You will be when you hear this amazing email I got from a girl named Erin.
Bombs away!
Take a look on the Mystery Illustrator. Dear Doubting Dave, my dog died a while ago, but sometimes it seems like he hasn't left the house yet. Every morning when I wake up, I see a flash of light zoom past my bathroom door. It looks like a dog, but since it's going so fast, it's hard to tell. Could this be my dog's ghost? Well, Aaron, some people do believe that ghosts can appear as lights.
Thanks, Doubting Dave.
People in North Carolina, for example, have been seeing balls of light flying around a place called Brown Mountain for centuries. Legend has it that the lights are spirits of Native Americans killed in battle there. But there are other explanations for those lights that have nothing to do with ghosts. The same goes for you, Aaron. There does seem to be something weird going on at your house. But I'm willing to bet that your ghostly sightings have more to do with your eyes than your dog. So I'm going to tell you 3 things to look for the next time you see the light streak by. Thing 1, sunlight. If you get up around the same time every morning, the sun might be at just the right position to bounce off the windshield of a car going by, pass through your window, and streak across your room. Thing 2, retinal burn. If you look directly at a light that's on, or even the sun through your window, the image of the light will linger in your eyes long after you look away. And it could look like a streak racing by as you're moving your eyes around the room. Thing 3, reflections. Look for light reflecting off a mirror, or a piece of jewelry, or just about anything that's metal. So, Aaron, it's more likely you're seeing one of these things than the ghost of your dog. And between you and me, if I were a ghost dog, I'd be playing outside.